Hi, so my name's Kristina and today is all about making your own makeup. So I'm going to teach you in this video, I'm going to teach you how to make your own natural bronzer out of things you probably have in your own kitchen. So here it goes. This is super easy. This is really easy. So what you're going to take is you're going to need a few ingredients. You're going to need some nutmeg, some cinnamon, some cocoa powder, and some cornstarch. So I'm actually just going to tell you the ingredients and how to make it and how to apply it and give you my tips on it, and that's it for this video. I'm not actually going to show you how to make it because it's really simple to make and I'm very sure that you can do it yourself. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a tablespoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of nutmeg, a teaspoon of cocoa powder, ding, and 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. So, tips about this. What it's going to do. That's English. The ground cinnamon is going to add kind of a glowing, warm effect to your face. More of the kind of a warmer feel. Your nutmeg is just going to add a nice, even brown tone. So yeah, that's what the nutmeg does. And your cocoa powder is kind of going to give you a darker look. So if you're pale like me, which is, if you can't tell, I'm very pale, you're going to want to only use 1 teaspoon of cocoa powder. Don't go over it. If you go under, it's probably going to be okay. Because if you get too much cocoa powder, it's going to get in the creases of your face and it's going to look really weird if you're not a naturally darker toned person. So what I did for mine is I took the basic recipe, which was, 1 tablespoon cinnamon, 1 teaspoon nutmeg, and 1 teaspoon cocoa powder, and 2 teaspoons of the cornstarch. And I mixed them all together, and I was fairly satisfied with it. It looked pretty good. And I got this off of Crunchy Betty website, by the way, which is going to be in the drop down tab for you to look at. Awesome website, just full of all sorts of good tips. So what I recommend you do, if you want a more warmer look, is you add another tablespoon of cinnamon. That's what I did, and I've been really thrilled with the results. Now, when you use this, I just use like a plain old paintbrush kind of a thing. Paintbrush. I don't even use a makeup brush because I don't care. And I'm an artist, I like to say. So I have lots of paintbrushes. You just take it and you dab your paintbrush in it. You can kind of see the powder on there. And you just put it on like this. Now, when you put it on, if you put it on too much, you're going to look like you smudged dirt on your face. So you got to go really simple with it, go kind of nice and easy, and put it on a thin layer. And if you're like, man, I wish my skin looked a little darker, a little warmer or something, you can try it again, put a little more on, and if it still doesn't satisfy you, you can go again, but I just recommend using caution when you do that, because it doesn't take long for it to all of a sudden look like you smeared dirt all over your face, and it looks kind of ridiculous. But it's really great, and it works pretty good, and your face smells like a cookie, which is wonderful. So I recommend you try it. I mean, this costs pennies. This costs less than $1 for sure, and this will last me much longer than it will ever need to, I'm assuming. So this is just bronzer. Recommendations. My nutmeg is not a super finely ground nutmeg. I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of more coarse looking. And so when I put this bronzer on, I always end up with little pieces of nutmeg on my face, and I have to brush them off with my hand. Once again, not a big deal, but if you can find finer ground nutmeg, go ahead and use that. If not, then just deal with brushing it off with your fingers. I mean, it's not hard. It's not like it takes me an extra amount of time. But if you have finer ground nutmeg, maybe you'll have better luck than me. I don't know if they even grind it finer than that. But yeah, best of luck to you, and I hope that it works out wonderful. So that's my homemade bronzer.